So today we are going to be bleeding the brakes, and we are using this power bleeder system from Motive Products. It's pretty good. I've used it a few times already. I hate really doing anything with the brakes, but this makes it a lot easier and allows for you to do it with one person. We're going to be using some .3 brand new brake fluid. You'd just probably be needing only one for what I'm doing, but I'm just going to go ahead and flush it because I think I have a lot of air, because I'm not going to bench bleed the system or the master cylinder. I didn't feel like doing it, and I don't want to do it. I'd rather just fill it up, pressurize it, bleed all the brakes. We'll get started on that. Alright, so once after lifting up your car, taking the wheels off, supporting the car, next we'll go to pressurizing the system to make sure there's no leaks. I'm going to skip that part because I'm going to have to fill mine with fluid first and then pressurize to make sure there's no leak, because I know for a fact that these lines are empty, as well as the master cylinder. So I'm going to put some fluid in there, and then I'll go ahead and pressurize. All right, that looks about enough. So we'll go ahead and put the power bleeder cap on there, and we'll pressurize the power bleeder. So we're going to want to put the cap on just like normal, make sure it's tight. And then tighten up the actual top. And then we'll start pumping. Start pumping till we hit 15 psi. I can tell already the fluid going down, so it's being forced down the line. So we're about to hit 15. All right, so that's 15 psi. Now we'll go around and check for the leaks. Everything looks good. Let me check over here on the proportioning valve. Doesn't really seem to be leaking. I don't know. Just double checking. It looks dry. So I'm gonna put some more fluid in there, and I'm gonna pressurize it again. So I'm gonna leave it like this for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Just to see if my pressure goes down. If it does go down quite a bit, then you do have a leak somewhere, but it should be good. But I'm just going to leave it like this for 15 minutes. All right, it's been about 15 minutes now, so I'm just going to let off the pressure slowly. Wish they made some kind of valve here to release the pressure easier. All right, now that that's depressurized, we can begin adding brake fluid into the actual tank, and then we'll pump it to 15 psi again, and then you'll see the fluid go all the way around and into the master cylinder. And from there, I will open the bleeders in order, one at a time, and as I'm bleeding, the pressure will put new brake fluid into the master. So you're taking the air out and flushing it at the same time, putting new brake fluid in there. So this right here is basically a catch can to catch the brake fluid that we're bleeding out the brakes. So like I said, it's like a catch can. You hook this up to your bleeder valve. Once you open it, brake fluid will go in there. There's like a straw looking thing in there. You can't really see right now, but it'll fill up, and there's an extra hole there to let air out. So, and it comes with a little hook, so you can hook it somewhere, find some place to keep it hanging, get it out of your way. But again, that was separate from the actual power bleeder. Can't remember the price of it. Maybe another $30 if I'm not mistaken. So don't quote me, but we'll be using that today too. All right, that's about half a bottle right there. Go ahead and put back on the lid. Snug it up. And we're ready to put it back on the master cylinder. Alright, now we'll make sure we'll pump it up to 15 pounds again. We'll go a little bit, 1 pound over. So again, I'm still checking for leaks all the time, just to be sure. Yeah. All right, next we'll go to the passenger rear and start from there. All right, so we had a little bit of a mishap on the ending footage of the brake bleeding. I guess what happened was the files were nowhere to be found. I saw them on the computer, and then 1 second they were there, next second they weren't. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if they got corrupted or what, but they're gone. So came out here just to kind of go over what I did afterwards and how to use these catch cans. So this was the bleeder catch can, just to, catch the fluid so it's not spilling all over the floor. What you would do is just go behind here, and I would tie it off on a bolt, something you can hook onto with this loop. I have the K-member bolt right there. So I hooked it onto there, and then with this, all you got to do is plug this onto your bleeder, which is right here. You'll plug that on top to the bleeder, and then you would put your wrench over it and begin to bleed the caliper like normal. At the same time, you got to remember to keep the tank pressurized to at least 15 pounds. That way you have fluid in there. You got to make sure you have fluid in there, and then that way there's always pressure in the lines to push all the air down and out of the calipers. So I did that around 2 times. I did it 2 times around, and after that it seemed pretty good. It didn't seem like there was a lot of air, but that having that pressure tank push out the air helps out a lot, and it makes bleeding a lot faster. So here is the manual pedal. So after bleeding, I came inside, checked the pedal. It's really firm feel. And like I said, this is all adjustable. I can still tweak it if I want. I made sure it was good. It's really not that much travel. I don't know how it's gonna feel, but from the feel of it right now, it feels really good. Maximum Motorsports makes a really good kit. They said it also helps to make it effortless when braking. So it's a different feel from power brakes, and actually having power brakes and using them as manual is a different feel. And from what I hear, so and I can feel it now. This is how manual brakes should feel. So make sure everything was good on there. I can still adjust the rod up there if I want to. And then also I made sure that the brake switch is engaging when I pull the pedal down or push the pedal down, and that the pedal stop is doing its job right next to the brake switch. So like I said, I won't be able to know how exactly it feels until I start driving it. But then, you know, after that I can make minor tweaks if I needed. I can pull this off the pedal, move it up for higher positioning. I can move it lower for lower positioning. And like I said, you see those holes right there. I can move the actual pedal more back or forward where it's at right now. So that's where we're at right now. We're done with the bleeding. For the most part, it's all good. No more air. After that, you know, you just depressurize the tank, put all your spare or all your used brake fluid into a can to properly dispose of. And I was checking for leaks also. Always checking for leaks just in case. I don't seem to have any leaks. Everything is working good. Later on I can adjust the proportioning valve when I get the car up and running and driving. Right now it's fully open just for the bleeding process. So that's good. Next, what we're going to be doing in future video is the bump steer rods. The bump steer connectors, I need to do that. Connect them, that way I actually have steering. I've been wanting to put some weight on the car to actually hook those up, because once you put weight on the car, the whole angle changes. And so that's what I would like to do with that bump steer, is wait till I have some weight on the car. And then also was planning on getting it today, but I think LMR had a little mix up, so it should be here tomorrow. I did order a new steering wheel they came out with. I think it was beginning of this week or last week. It's basically another stock 90 to 93 steering wheel, but it has micro sway on the top, and then it has a red insert line stitching. Synthetic leather. It's supposed to be like a FR version basically, and so I thought it looked pretty good. I thought it felt pretty good, and so I can't wait to put that in. What I'll have to do is I'll make a video of that, take off this airbag, take off the horn buttons, the cruise control buttons, and transfer that all to the new steering wheel. And then what I'll end up probably doing with this one, posting it up, selling it. It's in good condition. None of the leather is torn or anything like that. It's in a pretty well taken care of steering wheel. So that's it for today. I'm not gonna really be working on it today too much. Weather's kind of sucky outside, so but check back in for more updates.